Well, all right, everybody. It is Monday. It's 10 a.m. Mountain Time. This is Elify's Monday Sprint Planning, and my name is ER. I'm joined by my partner, Guy. Look, we're talking about making a weekly plan and then executing on that plan. We've been doing this every week, Guy, consistently all of 2021. And if you've been following along with us this whole time, hopefully doing this and implementing this process in your method of operation has helped you make forward progress towards reaching your goals. And that's really what this all boils down to, Guy. You mention it all the time. It's take care of the little things and the big things will take care of themselves. We're getting ready to go into 2022 here. I just looked at the calendar. There are 3 working weeks left, right? 18 or 19 days left till the end of the year. And a lot of us have a lot of things going on. We've got the chaos of everyday life. We've got the holidays upon us that we're juggling. We're trying to finish the year strong, and we need to plan and prepare for the year ahead. So there's a lot going on. For me, that's exciting. That feels like the day before taking an airplane trip, and I'm going to get more done in these last 19 days probably than I got done all year. But on the converse of that, there's a lot of people, Guy, out there who the holidays are upon us. They've checked out. They've hit the clock. They have got family in town or they're traveling and they're just starting to veg out. And that's not what we want people to do. We want to stick with our program, stick with our method of operation, fit in those things and prioritize our time accordingly, but finish strong.
Right. I mean, from the aspect of take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. There's a high likelihood a lot of people haven't taken care of the little things. And it's in all sincerity from us, we encourage people to do it, yet we can't do it for you. We provide you a platform to be able to do it. And that's why you still have an opportunity to have a really good year by focusing even just this week. I mean, we're not even really into the holiday aspect of, I guess from Christmas aspect. We're not into Christmas. We're well into Hanukkah and all those, all the additional holidays that fall around this type of year. But being able to say, I've got 5 days. If I put 5 hours of focus into those total of 5 days for a work week, I can actually see some progress. Mm-hmm. I do have a few questions here. Yet, granted, I didn't put question marks at the end because they might look at an angle. If you look at my head, it's like my eyes go sideways. So I write off up to that direction. But from the aspect of what are your responsibilities, those are the things that you should be doing right now. What are your abilities? Those are the things that you do well. And then what are your opportunities, the things that you should be doing? Every day, somebody is faced with opportunities. And what are they doing? Are they taking the action? We can't do it for you. Other people can't do it for you. You can only do it for yourself. If you want it bad enough for yourself, you will do it. If it's a part-time or a sometime, or it can go by the wayside, then that's great. That's just the opportunity that you have. But there's a lot of people that don't. And there's a lot of people that are looking for exposure to something to be able to help them advance into profitability, maybe in their side gigs, into getting out of the rat race of the 9-to-5s, being able to get something into someone's hands that isn't a conflict of interest of anything else. When in fact, it's an enhancement of what they're already doing. What can Elify provide to you? It's very simple. Elify can provide to you, as well as anybody else, a platform where you can enhance your networking, enhance your referrals, all on a digital platform, all on the phone. You talk about it all the time. On average, people are looking at this 4.5 hours, 5 hours a day. And when looking at the metrics, where are most of them looking at? They're looking at social media. They're looking potentially at their emails, and they're gaming. They're playing, right? So there's chances here where you say, hey, there's a pretty cool application where I can play a game, almost like a roulette of getting information out to people, right? I can add contacts into a platform and send something out to them to gain interest of maybe what you can provide, but also potentially put something on the platform about them that gauges their interest. and can get them to click through and understand that, hey, here's something that is meant to enhance. That's the whole thing. Enhance your business, elevate your business, and simplify your life. The whole thing that we've wanted to do since day one.
Yeah, absolutely, Guy. And I'm just, again, looking over here on my other screen at the calendar that we have going on. And I'm seeing, and again, if you're in the midst of your holiday season and what you celebrate, I understand. But the 3 full weeks that we have left, there's like Christmas falling on a Saturday, so yes, maybe the Friday before Christmas, not a lot going on. A New Year's Eve falling on a Friday into a Saturday. There should be no excuse. And I think this is what we tend to do for ourselves, Guy, right? Like the holidays roll around and I've got an excuse. I can sort of step back here, check out here, relax here, snack here, do this, do that. And the reality is there's still time to get work done and make forward progress. And we talk a lot about that mindset of a champion, and the champions are trying to squeeze every last drop out of every opportunity that they have at their disposal, while everybody else is sort of lagging behind. And this is that call to action for you. We've got another full week. We're talking about the next 5 days that you've got ahead of yourself. There's nothing really going on that should block you in those 5 days. And you have to ask yourself, what forward progress can I make? And what do I need to get done? What is important right now? What is your win list going into this week? Are there things you need to do to finish the year strong? Ask yourself that question. Have you made any referrals this month, this week, this year? Now's an opportunity to start digging into what Guy was talking about and positioning that. Do you want to schedule any last meetings or set yourself up for the first of the year so that you can start off on the right track? Maybe some of the people you're outreaching and following up with, if you've been consistent with your follow-up this week, are saying they're in the midst of the holidays, and then you can queue them up for right after the first of the year. But this should be the time where you're setting all of that type of stuff up. And if you're not taking that opportunity, then you're going to set yourself at a disadvantage. And I mean, Guy, even, me, I went back and I reviewed my whole method of operation for every day of the week, just to make sure the things that I'm putting into my daily practice are in alignment with my current goals. And I do this as part of my annual planning. So there's a little bit of time during the week that I did over the weekend, and I went through and I planned out my method of operation. I started to prioritize my time, what I'm doing, when I'm working, what I'm blocking. And this is what we're encouraging you guys to do the same thing. There's only a few fixed events that we have for affiliates that are going on throughout the week. Okay, you've got sprint planning that's happening right now, 10 a.m. on Monday at Mountain Standard Time. On Tuesdays, we do Tuesday Q&A with Kathy. If you're joining us this week, that's going to be at 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow, Tuesday. And this is a great opportunity for you to learn the technology, right? We talk about planning and we talk about preparing. Part of preparing is having the skill sets to use and implement the technology that you have at your disposal. Join that QA and take full advantage of it. I know we're going to be talking about some amazing topics even as we close out the year. This is the time when you can start creating content that maybe isn't necessarily business focused, but that still brings you top of mind to your potential customers. And that's going to queue you up at the beginning of the year or as you close out this year to finish the year strong. While everybody else is not doing much, you're still outreaching and letting people know that they're top of mind, which is positioning you top of mind. So greeting cards, thoughtful cards, grateful cards, thankful cards, Happy New Year's cards, holiday cards. You could be creating those on the platform right now and getting those out. And again, seeing what the response rate is and what traction you're getting. And again, bringing yourself top of mind. Wednesday, we're going to have the Mindset of a Champion. If you're a subscriber to that, check that out. On Thursday, Guy, you and I have talked about, not in the last few weeks of the year, but starting in the beginning of the new year, we're going to do some focused roundtable discussions, maybe some mastermind discussions on specific topics. Some of the ones I was hoping to get in by the end of this year, Guy, were things like planning, right? A discussion on just time in general and planning and preparing as we lead into the new year. For those of you who are doing those as a side thing, we did talk about that book, Born to Win, and we've talked about putting stuff together in our planning guide. Again, I'm not trying to execute on my 2022 plans. That doesn't start until January 1st. But what I am doing is prioritizing a little bit of time to make sure I retro on what I did this year and what I need to do in the year ahead so I can start to put that down. I don't want to wait till there's no time left to do it just the night before. It's not about procrastinating on it. It's about finding when it becomes a priority to take care of that stuff. But in addition to that, there's so much stuff that's still going on, including implementing my daily method of operation. And that, I think, is the key, guy, on all of this. We opened this up talking about taking care of the little things so the big things take care of themselves. And I will tell you, we're going to stress this over and over again. And I probably will bet you that this will be a topic of statement every Monday in 2022 when we talk about this, because the method of operation that you have is what you're going to be repeating on a daily or weekly or monthly basis as you go through all of 2022. And you can implement that right now, starting today. You can actually start to build momentum. If you haven't implemented a method of operation, take time today to lay that out. What does your week look like? What are you going to be working on? Is it the same Monday through Friday or Saturday and Sunday? When are you blocking time to get stuff in? If you're doing your side hustle and you're not doing it during your 9 to 5, are you blocking in time in the morning, in the evenings, or on the weekend to get that stuff done? How are you prioritizing your time, and where are you making your list of what you have to do and show up for versus what you need to check off your list? These are all the things that we cover each and every Monday when we talk about sprint planning, and then implementing that relentlessly, right? We say being relentlessly consistent on our method of operation. If you say, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. every day, and that's something I need to do in order to have time set aside in the morning to do outreach, you need to be consistent about doing that every single day. And if you do that every single day, the challenge is, and this is the challenge to anybody who's never done that. And Guy, you and I have been doing it so long, it's second nature. But for the people who haven't been implementing this, this is the challenge. Do it for the last 3 weeks of the year, okay? Do it for the next 19 days that we have coming up. Set yourself up a goal of implementing this week, then mirroring that the next week and the next week. And for this week, setting up when am I doing what, when, what am I going to get done, and implementing a plan. And what I can almost guarantee you, if you're not doing that right now, is just the implementing it alone, putting it down in writing and taking action on it. You're going to see forward progress. And you're going to see forward progress, Guy, to the point you made, between now and the end of the year. In fact, you can finish the year strong and even win the year just in these last few weeks.
You know, I'll even pull it back a little bit more. You know, we got 3 weeks. Don't challenge 3 weeks. Challenge today. Challenge tomorrow.
Yeah.
See what you can advance just in getting a message out and having conversations. It's got to start somewhere. Might as well start today. You know, there's times you look at the beginning of the year. We always talk about our resolutions, and people fall off that wagon in the first week, and you know what, I'm going to do great next year, and I'm going to wait, you know, almost 360 days to be able to go again. I mean, from the aspect of a lot of things that we do, we fall off the wagon, but we get back on it. You know, a health type thing is something that's important to me. Well, fell off the wagon for a few weeks. What's that mean? Get back on it and get back into that routine and see the progression and the advancement. The exact same thing can happen in business, but it's not going to do it by itself. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. The cool thing is the effort is not a lot. It's simply being able to have conversations and understanding that there's value in what you have, an opportunity to present to other people. You know, your opportunity today is things that you should be doing. And if you don't take that opportunity, then it simply will pass you by.
Well, and Guy, you just spurred a thought, and I love it anytime we get to chat back and forth, because it just makes me think of all these different things that can help people from the standpoint of Elify and Shuffle and everything. And the thought that I had just now was the conversation, okay? And not that I need to have 100 conversations today, but to think about this in terms of the end of the year and going into 2022. If I tried to have and set myself a goal to have just one conversation every day, Guy, let's say that was the goal. And I want to talk about this from the big picture so we can back it down to the daily method of operation. In a year's time, and I'm going to try and use some simple math, I would have had 365 conversations. And any one of us could ask ourselves, would our businesses be better off or worse off having 365 more conversations than we had before? Hands down, I would say without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to be better off if we had that. Now, here's the reality. Unless you are perfect in doing your goal every single day, you may not hit 365 conversations. But here's the reality about being consistent. And to Guy, your point, if you fall off the wagon, immediately getting back on, right? And this is the benefit of being an entrepreneur and being self-employed. If you want to fire yourself, you can do that every day. You just have to be willing to hire yourself the next morning. And so look, even if I didn't do 365 conversations, let's say I did consistently win half the days of the week that I was working, let's say I only made about 150 or 200 conversations, yes, I could sit there and beat myself up. Oh, look at all the days I didn't get my one conversation in. Or I can sit back and say, look, 200 conversations or 150 conversations, it's like that Wayne Gretzky quote, is a lot better than no shot I didn't take. If I did 0 conversations because I just never planned, prepared, or executed on picking up the phone, and again, think about this in terms of everything you want to advance forward in your business, that's how simple it is. And it truly is that simple. 1 conversation a day, if you made that goal. How many conversations are you going to have this week if you're following along with that process? You're going to have 5 conversations to 7 conversations this week. Set yourself a goal. Today you might get 2 in or 3 in. All right. Don't get too much of an overachiever. But if you miss the next day, get back up on the wagon and then collectively see how many conversations you have and the impact that has in your business. Start doing that with every area in your method of operation and every area within the wheel of life. And you're going to start to see a lot of forward progress in your business and in your life. And you'll start to build momentum because these habits, they don't form overnight. But as we continue to laser focus on working and doing and taking action on those activities, they will become habitual. They will become a habit that you do consistently. And Guy, that's it. Like knocking out a workout in the first of the day. For me, my goal for 2022, a little walk every single day. If I walked 1 mile a day, I'd walk 365 miles by the end of next year. I sure as heck feel like I would be healthier having that mileage under my belt. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Some days I might walk 2, 3, 4. Some days I might not get it in, but I got to be consistent.
So to wrap up sprint planning, there's opportunities still ahead of you. Things are simple, right? There's no such thing as easy. We talk about it. Things are simple. It's just taking action and implementing different types of things throughout your week, throughout your day, understanding that in order to advance your 9 to 5, your side gigs, you've got to talk to people. You've got to get information out. You have enough resources at your disposal within your hands to change a lot, to progress forward to where you want to be. We're not going to be one saying you got to go off and buy this. Oh, here's an additional add-on. I know a lot of people within certain industries bring you into large conferences and do the rah-rah and say, here's your walkaway, pay this to be able to go forward. We're not going to do that, nor will we ever do that. You have enough resources. We just want to point out where they can be utilized on a daily basis. So to wrap up, today, what's happening this week? You already mentioned it. Kathy's training tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. Make sure you adjust wherever you're located to join those. They're second to none in training. They're very personal, and you get a lot out of those if you can attend those. We may make adjustments. I believe we will do adjustments in the future to be able to allow other people, because we know that may be getting into your workday from a 9 to 5 and you can't get access to it. Wednesdays, Thursdays, there's opportunities to go connect with Michael and Edwin on whatever that chat was. Sorry, Patricia, don't know what that is. But being able to adjust and figure out what type of training and mentorship you can get with Edge Global. I think it's a great opportunity that they've allowed the Elify community to have access to. Just be able to dig into that. And then our Friday with the founders, I believe ER, you're going to be out this week. ER is going through a few procedures this week. Just chronic type things that have been happening with him over the years, all stemming from our athletic backgrounds. We're starting to fall apart physically, not mentally.
That's
So
right.
we make sure that, that we can cover each other. So Friday the founders will be with me, and we will hopefully not go past, but who knows. But with that, from ER myself, look for things this week. We hope you take your opportunities this week to advance whatever you want to. Maybe you're going to advance your napping time, but hopefully you make advancements in your business. So from us at Elify, everyone have a great week. Take care.